Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas
and
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Usha.
Let's start episode 368 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Nancy. And she writes, "Thank you for the information, Vidas. I have followed the suggestions on the link and I think all is well with my subscription. You asked about my playing now. There are two issues that I'm dealing with. One, the first and most important issue is my physical limitations. I've been muddling along as best as I can, playing almost exclusively on manuals. Not how I like it to be at all, and certainly not how I learned to play the organ 50 years ago. Unfortunately, there is at least one level of my lumbar spine at L4 where the nerve into my right leg is compressed by severe arthritis. Until I have major surgery to release the compressed nerve, I simply can't cope with the pain in my right leg and lower back long enough to return to pedal playing. The medical testing to locate exactly where the anomalies are has been ongoing since early this past spring. The neurosurgeon to whom I have entrusted my care is in no hurry to operate. This is a long-standing problem that affects not only my organ playing but also my ability to carry on the ordinary activities of daily life. 2. The second issue is that this coming Sunday is the last day the congregation of my church will worship in the sanctuary for several months. To save money on heating, for the past 10 years we have vacated the sanctuary after the last Sunday in December and moved into a much smaller space in our vestry where we have worshipped through Epiphany and most of Lent. Return to the sanctuary is on Palm Sunday. For that period of time, music is provided on the piano and sometimes via the pastor's MP3 player. Although I have a small portable heater that sits on the organ bench, the sanctuary is simply too cold to allow for realistic practice time. Having the heat in the sanctuary turned on up for practice time is an extravagance the church cannot afford. I effectively cease being an organist during this hiatus. My hope is that both issues might be resolved in the ensuing months, but that may be asking too much. I intend to keep up with my keyboard practice and to do as much with total organist as I can, short of actually having a pipe organ to play. As I'm expected to provide the music for our winter worship services, the keyboard part can continue to improve, just not with any registration or pedals. I hope this gives you at least a partial picture of the environment in which I work. It has been over 30 years since I've had any instruction, and it is time for me to get serious again. My love for the organ in our sanctuary is a powerful motivator. Thank you for all that you do to encourage those of us who try to be faithful organists while living and working in less than ideal circumstances. All the best for the new year. Nancy." That's a long story, but quite colorful description of Nancy's situation, right, Osha?
Yes, it's fascinating, and I can only guess how many organists would share the same experience or similar experience. Because if we are talking about back problem, about spine problem, I think it's very common nowadays, not only for organists, but in general for people who working, let's say, with a computer every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a lot of trouble with their spines. But that's a serious thing, and all those surgeries we are quite a risky thing, for the back. Because it might help, but it might also, hurt.
Do you think that swimming is an activity that might be beneficial to this situation?
Well, in general, it is thought that swimming is easier for and less dangerous for people who have joint problems and back problems.
So you would say yes, probably.
I would say yes, but I'm not a physician, so.
So anything we say here has to be taken just as our understanding, not necessarily an advice, because we're not clinicians, right? We're not physicians, we're not doctors, medical doctors, and therefore, if we have advice, for example, to go to the swimming pool from time to time, first of all, Nancy should, discuss this with her doctor.
Anyway, I think that some kind of physical exercises is necessary for everybody, and you need to find something that works for you, of course, in consulting your physician. But anyway, if you have to do the back surgery, I would say do it now and not later, because my mom was struggling with her spine all the time. She had various problems with it. And now when she almost can't walk because the damaged nerves will not let her use her right leg, normally. It's already too late to have a surgery because her back is so problematic that no surgeon wants to operate her and to take a risk.
And this back spine situation is because of her overworked joints, not joints, but
not joints.
But joints too, probably.
Well, that's not a main problem.
Are there any risks while doing operations like that?
Of course. She might not be able to walk after surgery at all.
You mean Nancy?
Well, I'm talking about my mom. But yes, definitely there is a risk. It depending on which part of your spine is operated. Because if it's near your neck, you might get paralyzed completely, full body. And the lower you go, the lower the paralysis might go. Like, let's say, lower than your neck, those spine parts will affect your arms. And then the lower you go, it will affect your legs.
Yes, it's a complicated issue, and all we can do is to say how, for example, Osha's mom is feeling. But it doesn't mean that this applies to anybody, right, or everybody, right? It's just her situation, and everybody should consult their own physician and neurosurgeon.
But still, my mom does exercises every morning, so.
What kind of exercise?
Specific exercises that she was taught, at the hospital.
Uh-huh. So it's not like a regular yoga.
Oh no, she could not do yoga.
Mm-hmm. But it might be, some exercises might be similar to Pilates, right?
Yes, definitely.
But with variations adjusted to her condition. Mm-hmm. So Pilates might be another set of exercise routine.
But anyway, we are talking, what we are talking, but you need to consult physicians.
Yes, of course. But we could direct...
Don't pretend that, you are a doctor, Vidas. You are musical doctor, not, physician.
I know. But we are giving ideas about which to talk with the doctor.
That's right.
Swimming pool and, for example, Pilates.
Now let's go back to the organ, shall we?
The organ, which is a problem because it's cold in the winter and the vestry is not heated for Nancy. So what would you do in this situation? Would you wear gloves and thick winter coats?
Well, I don't think it's worth doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the health is the most important issue for everybody.
I see.
And you don't need, to sacrifice your body just to be able to practice the organ.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do it. Maybe, 20 years ago, yes, but not now. And I would not suggest anybody, to sacrifice themselves and just be able, to play the pipe organ. What I would do, I would check, in the neighborhood if there is possibility to get an access to an organ which is in a heated room.
In another church, maybe?
Yes.
With pedals. What about practicing on the keyboard that she's already doing, but taking advantage of what keyboard can offer? For example, she's already our total organ student, and if we have courses, let's say, on music theory and harmony, would that be a good activity during winter months?
Of course, it will never hurt, knowing more music theory and harmony.
And especially now, because she's kind of not limited to learning music for church. It's like a short break from church for several months. And imagine in the warmer times, she would have to prepare hymns and church music for services every week probably, and then she wouldn't have much time to do theory and harmony. But now there is like a isolated period of time where she has an access to a keyboard, but not necessarily a deadline to work on hymns and organ music for church. I mean, that could be a great time to develop her theory and harmony skills.
Yes, I think so. And plus, if you have an access to the piano, it means that you can keep in a good shape with your manual technique, and this is also very important.
Exactly. So everybody who is with physical limitations or a situation where pedals are not available could find some creative ways to practice, and I think the most important thing is will to improve. Where is the will, there is a way, they say.
That's right. Sometimes even people, with great disabilities do great things and create an art.
Mm-hmm. And maybe hope is that those problems or challenges might be temporary. Maybe she will transfer to the warmer environment later on. Maybe that operation will be successful on her back, and she won't have those physical limitations. This is hope for the future, but in the meantime, she and others could do what they can and consult their physicians, of course. Thank you guys, this was Vidas.
And Usha.
Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your SS courses and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you were teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Usha, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Usha and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Usha from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.